Now, this message sent to thousands of Minnesotans this morning certainly caused plenty of worry. It said their COVID-19 vaccination appointments through the state's pilot program were canceled. We're told that most messages were sent out by mistake and that people who mistakenly got them were notified of the error. Tonight, Devon Raming looks into what happened and the response from the state.
Well, thousands of Minnesota seniors are breathing a sigh of relief tonight after receiving emails and text messages this morning saying their vaccine appointments for their COVID-19 vaccine was canceled. The email was sent from Primary Bio, the second-party company hired by MDH to manage the appointment process. And in a statement from MDH, they say this morning's email was only supposed to be sent to roughly 20 people who had somehow been able to register for an appointment earlier on, despite being ineligible to do so. We spoke with several families whose loved ones received the alarming notification, who say they don't understand how something like this could even happen.
This is a terrible example of how to run a program. I mean, nobody was driving the ship here, and this should have never gone out. And unfortunately, so many seniors just got put through the ringer for absolutely no reason.
Now, a spokesperson for Primary Bio says they take full responsibility for what happened this morning, and they did send out an apology, and they say they are taking immediate steps to make sure this never happens again. Back to you.